Hey, question. How am I gonna survive this team?
I don't know! Why don't you park at the side of the road again, you lunatic?
Hi!
Victory puppy! I have no idea what I'm doing. This team is ruining my life!
Victory puppies, boys! Happy Thanksgiving! Canada officially wins! Thanksgiving's in October forever now! You guys are gonna get 7 treats each. There you go, Charlie. There you go. Actually, I don't want you taking a dump in the middle of the night, but you know what? I'm really happy that our hockey team won. Hi, everyone. Welcome to LFR, Leafs fan reaction. Here's a banner. My wife's classmate it. I think it's beautiful. But I'm trying to convince her to take it back to the class, you know, for educational purposes. But on second thought, if I leave it here, I can save those students from this team. The tape's not working. Yo, listen to this sentence. I'm about to say something really stupid. The Leafs win 7-6 in overtime over the Chicago Blackhawks in what was a very entertaining game of lacrosse. There were 13 goals. Let's not waste any more time and talk about all of them. Then I'll take your questions, then I'll tell you some stuff, and then, I don't know, maybe a nervous breakdown. Speaking of nervous breakdown, me during the first period. Because for the third consecutive game, the Leafs stank in the first 10 minutes. I looked down at the box score as I'm making this video. It took the Blackhawks 9 minutes. There's no way it took them 9 entire minutes to score on the dog pile that was the Leafs in the first period. Or the first half of it. I tell you what we're gonna do here. I've established that the Leafs look bad at the beginning of this game. That's just true. But it's Thanksgiving, and I'm thankful for this feeling that I have right now. I'm looking on hockey Twitter. Leafs Twitter is way too negative right now. And I can't help but feel that some of my tweets in my last video contributed to that. And no more. Not in this house. Austin Matthews with a block. Good block, Austin. Ah, nuts, but the Blackhawks get it back. Bad luck. Dominic Cahoon, who I just learned is real, puts a rebound on. Taves high tip, and it's in. And let me bring up my first thing that I'm thankful for. Video review. Helps you get the call right. You know what I would be more thankful for is a definitive angle for that kind of thing. I watch the Blackhawks broadcast and the Sportsnet broadcast. They're both like, well, you see, from the high angle, it looks fine, but from the low angle, I don't know. Put a camera along the boards! The refs called it a goal on the ice, so it's gonna be a goal. So unless you're jumping up and down and swatting at it, you're good. Okay, I'm not gonna have this fall an overall video. Some might say, oh, Garrett Sparks got scored on. Others might say, yeah, by a perfectly tipped shot by a guy who has 5 goals in 7 periods. 1-0. Nuts! But I'm thankful for the remaining 51 minutes. Surely that's all they'll need, right? Only a few minutes later, it's Globetrotters. Kapanen turns the puck over. Austin Matthews is already heading out of the zone, and he takes a wide turn to come back. He thought they were gonna settle it down, and they did not. All of a sudden, it's 4-on-3. They don't know who to take, and the Brindacat strikes. Alex DeBrincat scores to make it 2-0. McElhinney makes that save. Woody's got 4 legs. For the third consecutive game to start the game, the Leafs are getting outshot and outscored, not looking good. But, the game's not over. The Leafs are getting outshot 11-3 now, but soon it will be 11-4. Because Austin Matthews, in his own zone, barely in the face-off circle, flips the puck up, and that's got some juice. I hope whoever gets it is super fast. Kapanen! If he scores here, that will determine whether or not I like this line. I like it. It's good. Hey, yep. Barry Kapanen with his first of the season. What a move. But holy smokes, Austin Matthews wasn't kidding when he said he wanted more assists. And then like 30 seconds later, because he can't help himself, Kapanen strips Duncan Keith of the puck behind the net, passes in front. Matthews tried not to score. He missed it the first time, but then he accidentally shot it, and oh no. Matthews said he wants more assists than goals, and I don't know how that's ever gonna happen if he keeps this up. The shots were 11-3 Chicago. Kapanen scores on shot 4. Ward stops shot 5. Matthews scores on shot 6. Tied game. That period, this entire game was a great example of, guys, hold on to hope. Believe me, I'm going to try to practice what I preach. Try. It's a long season, and as it turns out, 60 minutes is a long time. Early in the second, dangerous players make everything dangerous. Mitch Marner, puck in the high slot. They just don't want him to have the puck, so they chop at it. And they do chop it away from Marner, right onto the stick of Morgan Rielly. Puts it on, stop! Tavares bangs it in. The Leafs have the lead? Duncan Keith having a rough night in his own end, getting beat by Tavares there. But listen, 2 minutes later, Keith with the puck at the point, he passes it to... Oh, I'm gonna need some help. Yo, can we get Don Cherry to say this? Yoki Hairu, the guy said Yoki Hairu. Puts it on, stop. John Hayden puts it in, oh no! Oh, Dermott cleared it off the line, it's good. The overhead review, Dermott had literally like this, like there was this much white. Gosh, even when they start playing better, the Leafs, it's just that kind of night. Tave's stick is this far from being too high. Hayden's shot is this far from being robbed by Dermott. Guess what? Those are 2 goals. They got another one, it's 3-3. And then Babcock did a mean thing a couple times this game. Because teams know, like, they're worried about that Leafs top power play unit. And Babcock's like, all right, second unit, go. Ennis, go out there, and Levo, you take the face off. You know, it doesn't matter. So the other team, regardless of who it is always just looking at the Leafs bench like, when's it coming? Here it is. John Tavares wins the face off back to Morgan Riley, over to Mitch Marner, puts it on, Tavares tips it in. That took 5 seconds. The Leafs are back on top 4-3. That's how it heads into second intermission, and just like Thanksgiving, oh, that waistband's getting a little tight. 7 goals. I don't know if I could eat anymore. Hey, you want some more? You know damn well what my answer to that question is. Gimme. Early in the third, there's a screen in front. Brandon Manning puts it on, off the bar and in. Beautiful. Hey, did you see that? Marinson was on the ice for a goal. Look at the guy who sucks. Said a lot of people through a mouthful of mashed potatoes, but about halfway through the period. Tavares in the offensive zone tries to get the puck. Falls down. Nuts. The Blackhawks go great. Crisis averted. They skate right past him. And they turn around to see Mitch Marner with the puck, and they flip it behind them. When they turn around, they see Tavares bat it out of midair and take a shot. John Tavares, who is a Leaf, gets a hat trick. No, I'm gonna need this. I just need the ball. Give me that. I'm sitting here naked. Johnny Hats puts the Leafs back on top. All right, halfway through the third, 5-4 lead. Let's shut this down. And just like Thanksgiving. Oh my God, don't offer me any more food. I think I'm gonna puke. Who wants dessert? You know it. And with 90 seconds to go, all right, it's looking good. Okay, how are you? Has the puck at the point. Patrick Kane just beats him clean. That's a shot through the 5-hole, and it's a tie game 5-5. Seriously, I don't want anymore. You want ice cream with your pie? Let's go. Still over a minute to go. Gardner takes a shot. Block. Marlowe flubs it. Matthews is never gonna get more assists than goals. His 5th of the season puts the Leafs up 6-5, and that should... Who wants a turkey sandwich? Just give me a shovel. Just under 30 seconds left. Kane with a one-time bomb. Sparks might have had it, but it hits Ron Hainsey's stick and deflects. The score is now 6-6, and I would say that now we're heading to overtime, but there's over 20 seconds left in the game, and I feel like that may be enough for 3 more. Oh, woo, it wasn't? They managed it? All right, let's go to overtime. Just 19 seconds in, Morgan Riley passes back to Austin Matthews. You thought? Keep it, snipe it, score it yourself. The Leafs win 7-6. And after all the stress, goal gluttony never felt so good. Now let's discuss a few things. You're gonna hear some people, hell, you might even think this to yourself. The Leafs play Marty Marinson in 1 game, and they allow 6 goals. They're wrong, throw rocks at them. Oh, if you want to see Marty Marinson do something bad, you don't have to look far. But in this game, he looked good. I am thankful for him. Oh, they played Garrett Sparks in 1 game, can't even hold a lead in the 3rd period with 30 seconds left. He held him in that thing. Leafs gave him very little help in his own end. Heck, the game-tying goal was scored by his own guy. I am thankful for Garrett Sparks, and if you're a Leafs fan, so are you. McElhaney would have said that McElhaney's a hurricane. I would have kept Pickard. Pickard's a flyer. And the Leafs didn't play either of those teams. Anderson and Sparks, those are the Leafs' only 2 goalies right now. Stop asking for all that fancy crap. Regular and decaf, that's all we sell. Garrett Sparks is from Illinois. That was brought up 90 times today, and it was great to see him play there. But more importantly, this thing on his sweater. He's a Leaf, damn it. Let's figure this out together. Sweating bullets. Look, it's Thanksgiving. Here, anyway, where it's right, having it before Halloween, dinner before dessert, we've gone through this. It's about being thankful, reflecting on all the things that make you thankful, but also togetherness. And the Leafs are a hockey team, of which Garrett Sparks is a part, an important part. He's the Leafs' backup goalie right now. Give the guy a shot. We've made up our mind on too many players already, and yes, I'm pointing the mirror right at myself. Who is it for you that you've already made your mind up on? Is it Hainsey? Is it Marincin? Is it Zaitsev? Is it Sparks? Is it Hyman? Is it Brown? Who is it? Give those players who play for your team a chance. Now, on the theme of Thanksgiving and gluttony, here's a fun stat. Through 3 games this season, there are 17 Leafs players who have a combined 4 goals. Now get this, John Tavares alone has 4 goals. And if you think that's nuts, guess what? Austin Matthews has 5. And I know, again, it's early in the season, but to answer your question as to whether or not JT and Austin are worth it, the Leafs have 13 goals so far, and those guys have 9 of them. Austin Matthews leads the team with 8 points, which is sick. Morgan Riley stands alone in second with 6. I told you he's been great. And as for the guys I gave a little push in the last video, Zach Hyman actually shot it in this game. I like that. Connor Brown, speed demon, babysitting on the back end, but he's doing his job. It's not glorious. Glamorous is what I meant to say. Whatever. Now let's start start with questions. First one coming from me. Both Austin Matthews and John Tavares are shooting over 50%. Is that sustainable? Maybe. What do you think of Connor Brown's speed? It's excellent, and it's exactly what this Leafs lineup needs. When they were getting fed in the first period, they look slow. And I look at a guy like Andreas Johnsson, who has not impressed me so far, by the way, but I think will eventually. I look at him and I just go, well, he's faster, he maybe has some more skill, but it's a show me league, and in this game, Connor showed me. He needs to get more active, man. He can be a very important part of this team. Are you going to survive this season? Dude, go back and watch the back half of the 14-15 season. I think I'll live. You should totally put this in your video. Okay, goalie equipment downsize, and is it a big / negligible factor in the amount of goals we've seen since the start of the regular season? What is this question, Blake? The chest protector going down and everything, that's got to affect the goalies, of course. Guys who like to rip it high like Austin Matthews are about to have a very good time. But 7-6 Washington, 7-6 Leafs and Blackhawks, this usually doesn't last. The Leafs scored 7 goals in their first game last year, and they followed it up with 8. Teams come into the season like full of everything they learned in the summer, and skills and speed, and they're refreshed. What they don't have is structure. I think things will calm down. What are your thoughts on Dubas currently? Kyle Dubas needs to be better than us. At very least, he's got to be better than me. He can't buckle at the knees with Sparks after one game. He can't make an irrational trade just because, oh, the defense. He cannot bend with William Nylander. Cappy, looking good, bud. You don't become an NHL general manager in your early 30s by being a panicky Pete. He's got a plan. No team ever goes undefeated. I can't wait to see how it unfolds. A few things before we wrap. Hey, look at that. Check it out. The Steve Dangle podcast is finally on Spotify. I know a bunch of you listened on SoundCloud or iTunes or YouTube or whatever, but a bunch of you have asked for Spotify. There it is. All the usual stuff. A link to the merch down below. A link to pre-order the paperback copy of my book down below. Available everywhere, including Ford dealerships, like Adam likes to say at the podcast. Also, I'm going to be playing in the Eric Lindros Celebrity Hockey Classic in support of Easter Seals. If you would like to donate to my hockey team and therefore Easter Seals, link down below for that as well. And we're done. We're done. I think we earned this one. Okay, that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you haven't already, because I would really like you to. I would really like to hit 100,000 subscribers. Have I mentioned that before? I think I have. Tell all your friends. 79 more games? Okay, fun.